Acts 1 and 2 are stylistically very different. How would you describe them, and what were your thoughts on setting them in this way?
Well, that's a hard question. They are very much different. I think that's a great observation. The first act is much more dissonant, and I like to say the second act is where all the tunes are. It breaks into much more arias. The first act, by its nature, is exposition. The first act, also, much of it takes place in a prison camp in Vietnam. It seemed that language was appropriate. The more dissonant language was appropriate for that scenario. And the second act deals much more on his relationship with his wife. There are moments in that relationship that are very beautiful in his mind. And I wanted the music to reflect that beauty as well. It wasn't all tragedy for him, I guess it was. There were a lot of very rich moments that existed, at least in his memory and in his mind, and I wanted to reflect that in the music. Also, I think it may be surprising, but in those moments where people are suffering a lot of emotional pain too, I always think that tonal music expresses that better than dissonant music. You know, dissonance may express physical suffering or chaos around you. Of course, dissonant music can express many different things in the hands of a really terrific composer. But for me, there's a lot of life left in tonal music, and it can certainly express very different and very complex emotional states. That's kind of obvious, isn't it? So.